Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host and Magneto of the Metronome, Ken Levine. I'm a singer and vocal coach here on YouTube, and today we are looking at Marc Martel and his version of Nessun Dorma. But before we do that, I'd just like to remind you all to please remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great stuff that we produce here every week on the channel. Now, Marc Martel is a favorite here on the channel. We absolutely love what he does. We love his voice. Just everything about the guy. He touches his gold. And so I'm excited to listen to this video as it's been out for some time. This is his version of Nessun Dorma. I believe he calls it the Mercurotti. So he does it a la Freddie Mercury or something like that. So let's just take a look here and find out what he does with that magnificent voice of his. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Nessun Dorma, Nessun Dorma.
Nice. Nice.
Tu pure, o principessa, nella tua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle che tremano d'amore e di speranza.
Such a beautiful legato. So singing in Italian is so wonderful because of all of those expressive vowels that you get to play with. They're really, they're so pure and they're so rich. And one of the reasons why I love singing in Italian, and especially Italian opera, is the opportunity to really sink your teeth into that concept of chiaroscuro, that ability to have the depth and the breadth, the darkness in the voice, as well as the clarity and the light of that 3K ring. Tenors live for that chiaroscuro, and all operatic singers really live for it. It's fantastic. It's that ability to create that resonance that can carry the voice above a 35, 40, 50-piece orchestra and out into a 2,000-seat auditorium without any amplification. Now, I feel when I'm listening to Marc Martel bring out some of those qualities in his voice, that there's more to give. That I think he's got more power there. That he's kind of holding back, especially at this part in the song. So beautiful, so stylish, and you have to remember too. Maybe I'm giving too much information at once. Is that the operatic voice lives for the ambient sound of a theater, not necessarily for a microphone. Microphones can distort, and you can notice how you can't really see it here because it's like a double image at the moment. I guess they're doing some sort of transition, but he's got the microphone situated very far away from his mouth. Primarily, I think obviously maybe it's just for the effect of filming this, but I have a feeling that there might have been some practicality there. There is a lot of power when you're singing operatically, and you don't necessarily want to be right in front of the microphone. That's not always the best way to capture the essence of the voice in those situations. But anyway, let's keep going. Go! Ha Oh, I love it. I love it. Look at that profile. Like, I would swear that's Freddie Mercury. Like that, he is a dead ringer, both vocally and physically for Freddie. He's a dead ringer for dead singers, Mr. Marc Martel. You are a man of many talents. Look at that. Okay, so, all right. Half of his face is Pavarotti with a Pavarotti beard, and the other half he's going with the classic Freddie Mercury with the mustache. Having a bit of fun with the razor blade there. All right. Oh, yeah, I just want to point out something here that he does. He does with his. Watch the bottom lip. Watch the bottom lip as he's going through this. Okay, so that is. I don't know. I think that's a classic Freddie Mercuryism when he pulls in that bottom lip, transitioning at the end of the row of the O vowel. Very, very cool. Cool to see Mark do his Freddie Mercury thing and just nail it. A few things vocally, getting that sound. The difference between those two is primarily a laryngeal position, as well as there is the false vocal folds. We talk a lot about that on the channel, how we create that compression, utilizing the ability of our false vocal folds to give it that sort of filtered effect, give it that sort of raw, raspy effect. And Marc Martel, he's just a master at it. Of course, when you're singing operatically, you lower the larynx. You don't want the vocal folds involvement at all. Tension will kill your progress in classical music, but in pop music, that's what you want. You want that character. Oh, sweet creamy butter. That's so awesome. One more thing I just want to point out here. He does this thing, this wonderful legato move between the different vowels. I don't sing it this way. Edi il mio bacio scioglierà silenzio. I think I try to more clearly delineate each of those vowel tones, but he kind of smushes them all together here. There's a little bit before that. It's like this kind of, that's a bunch of different words at the same time. I like it. I think it's cool. It works for him. I don't do it that way, but. Yeah. That is so great. I love that. That part right there, that's like a national anthem for tenors. If you are a tenor and you took all of the tenors and you put them on a deserted island, I've probably said this before, this would be the national anthem, Nessun Dorma. That or O Sole Mio. One of the two, I don't know. We'll probably have a vote on it. A sing-off about which should be the national anthem. That moment right there, that's so exciting. I know that's sort of the penultimate, that's the lead up to the big money note at the end of this. But it's actually really, it's draining. For me anyway, I find it draining when you go up to that A. I really want to give more than maybe I ought to. Okay, hang on. Pavarotti never did the head jerk, but that's okay. That's sort of this is the Mercurotti. Mercurotti. Yes! The Mercurotti. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay, yeah. Oh. Let's get it back. That was beautiful. I got chills. I really, really enjoyed that. I love the combining forces at the very end there, singing in harmony. That's just beautiful, and really, really quite remarkable that this dynamic singer, Marc Martel, has the capacity to really faithfully embody these two singers as best as he can. Pavarotti, I think, actually for Marc would probably be a bit more of it's a difficult stretch. Pavarotti has a different approach to his singing, but I think is worth actually dissecting, and probably should do a little bit more of that on this channel. But I mean, Marc, he's a brilliant singer, beautifully done. And I kind of regret saying that he was a dead ringer for dead singers, because Marc, I would love to see Marc Martel do his thing without necessarily invoking Freddie Mercury, and just feel what he does when he's unleashed and just doing Marc. Like I haven't experienced that. Maybe one of you has, or maybe one of you can point me in the direction of a video that Marc does of that's just him doing his thing. I would really enjoy seeing that as well. But I mean, it just shows like what flexibility and power and the ability to not only capture that chiaroscuro of the Italian bel canto technique, but also be able to embody the idiosyncratic nature of a pop vocalist such as Freddie Mercury, and be able to just get the essence of it so nailed, so wonderfully beautiful. So like I say, thank you. Please remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Subscribe to this wonderful community of music lovers. I really appreciate your attention and your comments, and of course leave those comments down below. And if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Avanzate